What was that day you said, I'm going to do, I'm going to help women?
And I was so inspired by the idea itself that we can help women to become confident.
We all have the same problems across the world.
We all want to hear, yes, you can.
Life is so unexpected. Is there strategy in life?
It's all about the mission, the idea of why we want to create something in our life.
Hi guys, welcome to my new episode, Brands Through Stories. You know, about a year ago, my team was insisting on me posting things in the social media. And I told them, guys, come on, what do I post there? Food, my kids or my fitness routine? I'm not really into that. And then they showed me one Instagram account of this incredible woman who has a big vision in life. She's a big supporter of women and has an incredible impact on people's life. And I was very inspired. And I couldn't imagine that a year later, this woman will be my guest and we'll have an opportunity to discuss how we as women can support each other, how can we become better leaders, and most importantly, how we can balance our lives. So guys, please welcome Anna Rudakova. She is a founder of the first online women university in Russia. She's also a founder of an amazing forum, Women Who Matters. And also, she's an author of a new program, Life Strategy. I'm super happy. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you for inviting me.
You had the time to come to this podcast. It's incredible. The power of podcast is, it really connects people.
I appreciate what you do, so it would be really great talk today.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I want to start with the first question that is, the first thing that I saw on your Instagram a year ago when I met you online is that whole agenda of women. You're such a big supporter. You're one of the pioneers, really, in women leadership. Why? What did drive you? What was that day you said, I'm going to help women?
Since my childhood, I admired strong women. And it all happened in 2017 when I visited my husband in Harvard University. He was doing his AMP Advanced Management Program there in States. And I was shocked because what I saw there is that there are so many different kind and type of projects, initiatives supporting women, foundations, campaigns, projects in companies supporting women and helping to empower women. And I was so inspired by the idea itself that we can help women to become confident, to get some motivation, to see role models, that when I came back to Russia, I felt like, oh my God, nothing is happening here in Russia. And that's why I came up with the idea to organize the conference devoted to projects supporting women. And it was really interesting because when we started, a lot of initiatives appeared right after we started that conference. And it happened so that there are a lot of brands that you work with, you invited to your podcasts. We all surrounded by these brands in our everyday life. And every company has their own project or initiative that should support women in companies. And my idea was to see what's that, what do they do, how do they support. Some companies, launched a program of equal pay. Other companies organized a club inside their, their HR department or somewhere there, just to help women to contact with each other and get some daily motivation and inspiration. So there were absolutely different kind of projects. And what we did, we bring them all together. Our idea was to share best practices and to bring female leaders and entrepreneurs together to feel empowered and to get inspired.
This is incredible. To be honest, I left Russia 26 years ago. And I always thought that Russian women are very strong and they don't need extra empowerment. I thought that we can do everything by ourselves. But now I see, I could see when I started reading, about you, about your initiative, I realized we're all the same. We all have the same problems across the world.
Absolutely. And all those glass ceilings problems or equal pay, we also have all kind of projects like that. I mean, they're global, they are common, and definitely some countries vary according to the statistics, but still, if you invite men and women for an interview, and men would be not that qualified and a woman would be much more educated and qualified for this particular position, a man would name a salary much more than he's offered, compared to a woman who will name less than she's offered. That's the statistics.
And it's incredible. I had a discussion with a friend of mine. She works for a big American company, automobile company, and she said they put an ad internally saying, "Oh, we're looking for a marketing manager." And a lot of men applied, and she received calls like, "Hi, I've seen your ad, and I think, I'm not really much into marketing, but I'd like to try it. I think I'm a good candidate." Mm-hmm. And then women on the other side said, I've done so much, 10 years of marketing, but I don't know. Are you sure I'm... Yeah, and that's why the question for me always, is it really us and is it really men, or that inequality from outside? Maybe it's insecurities inside, really.
Mm-hmm. I think it goes both ways. On the one hand, there is that sense of confidence, and definitely in modern world, women suffer a bit more with a lack of confidence, and that's why our initiative, our conference, aimed to help women to feel powerful, to find their role model, to have some inspirational ideas. And why do we all go to mentors or find coaches? Because we all want to hear, yes, you can.
You're good.
Yes, you're allowed. You're
Yes.
good. Yes, just do it. We want to hear that words. And sometimes it works like that. You know that you can, but you need someone or some external proof, so to say, that will show you, okay, there is a green light, just do it. And the idea and the mission of our conference is just to help women feeling like, yes, you can. Time is now. Just do it. You can. You see the examples of other women working in global companies or entrepreneurs. They did it. So you can do the same. That's one thing. And another thing is about equality itself. And if we talk about equal rights, it is actually about have equal opportunities and to be treated fairly. And that's the problem, because sometimes women are underestimated. Some companies keep special positions for men because they feel like there should be a man candidate, and they promote it like this, like we're finding a proper man. So whether you're trying to find a good professional or you're trying to find a man, that's the question. But now world is changes, and we all see how the situation in States changing. And we have our friend of our family, and he had a proposal from a big international company, and he came, he applied, and he was a perfect candidate, but he had to refuse. How do you think why?
Because he's a man.
Because there was quote, for women, and he said, and the company said that we can't take you just because of our obligation to hire women. And you see, it turns the other side, and it's also not good, because it's not about equal rights.
Absolutely. And that's why I love this country, actually. And I had the pleasure to work with Gender Balance Council. And I love the idea of gender balance. Sometimes you don't need more women, men. Sometimes you need the proper balance, the proper proportions to make the work better and to make the company better.
One more thing that I really like about diversity and inclusion strategy itself is that the core idea is to find the professional, to find the best person who suits the position, and to have a wide variety of people applying, because that's where we have our problem. And another thing is that teams that have people working from different and coming from different backgrounds, they show much better results compared to teams that are more traditional. And that's the idea of wide variety of people, different types and different religious background, gender aspects coming together and working and finding the best solution.
Absolutely, I
That
agree
works.
with you. And that's why I have a question now. When you're a true female leader, now, did you have any challenges as
Sure.
a female leader?
Sure, I have a lot. And, if I ask myself what I would have changed turning back like 20 years ago, I always name 3 points, and I would like to share them with you. The first thing is to be brave, because we all always think about what other people will think about me, whether I'm professional enough or whether I'm grown up to be an entrepreneur, or I should go and study a bit more until someone else will do that.
Sounds familiar.
So it is also about the self-confidence that we talked a bit earlier. So the conclusion and the advice that I came up to myself is that to be brave. It is important to be brave and take time to do it just in a moment. There is no proper moment than now. That's the first thing. Another thing is that you should find a role model or someone who inspires you, who you admire, who is really incredible in your sphere, and you should try to understand what did this particular person did in terms of education, in terms of their career, and try to copy those best practices, because it is really helpful when you see the example. And the third thing is that it is important to stay focused and to take a moment of silence. How they put it, just to concentrate and to build your strategy, no matter whether it is a proper timing or not, no matter what other people saying, just like Nike puts it, just do it now. And yes, you can, as Obama put it. Be confident, be brave, don't postpone for another moment, just do it. So our society imposes a lot of stereotypes on us, and if we will focus on them, we will just lose our time. So my idea and my challenge was to stop listening to others and just start doing what you feel like right.
And that's why I want to ask a question, which it just came to my mind now. When I look at you on your social media, you look very brave. You're very confident, of course, incredibly beautiful and very intelligent and successful. Are you brave? Really?
I work on it. And I really like the idea that there is no failure. When you change the concept of this idea, it really helps you to be brave. Like, just imagine, there is no failure. There is just experience. And you do not fail. You either win or you learn. And when you put it like this, and when you put it like this, you're really becoming so brave, because you want to try and to get more experience, because the more things I try, the better I understand what I like, what I don't, what I can do, what I can't.
I never thought the word brave. I always thought, okay, I do it, but I'm not very confident. Or am I confident? Or this. But the real thing, the word there is being brave. And yes, I had goosebumps when you said it. I want to try and be brave also. That's it. That's my plan now. Be brave.
It's easy. Just try to use this concept and stop comparing yourself to others. Yeah. That's another important thing, because we're all different, and that's the idea of diversity that we talked about. No matter how slow, how fast you are, no matter what you do, what other people did, just find your strategy, make a plan, and just follow your plan without any comparison to other people.
You sound like me when I build the brands for work with clients. Be brave, go for it, be focused.
Exactly.
And that takes me to this question. So I saw your program, Life Strategy. I haven't participated in yet, but I saw that you've put a lot of time and efforts and put a great team together to do it. But I'm a little bit skeptical about this whole idea, really, life strategy. Yeah, I've heard business strategy, brand strategy, my favorite one. But really, life is so unexpected. Is there strategy in life?
Everyone has to have their own strategy, life strategy. What is a life strategy? There are, in our program, there are 4 main blocks, main aspects of the strategy, and that's how I see it. The first step is the so-called self-identification. Do you remember when last did you stop and focused on yourself? When last did you make the lifeline chart showing where during your whole life were your failures and where were you up and where were your downs? Why did it happen? Who surrounded you? Who surrounds you now? Where are you now? Where is that point of your life? Where are you now? And that's what we do. We just take a pause, take a break, and we start analyzing the past life, starting from what is your personal strength, using the 3D analysis. Like you may think that your personal strength is, I don't know, creating brands. If you ask other people what is Nina's personal strength, they would name something else. And when you do a lot of psychological tests, you may find that there are some other things of your personal strength. And then when you bring it all together, you see that there is something more than what you thought before that you are best at. So the idea of the first step is just to analyze yourself, to see where are you, what kind of person you are, what is your talent, what is your belief, what is your mission, what is your aspiration. So what kind of person Nina is. The second part of the life strategy line of education, of self-development, is to understand your real dream. Because we all hear a lot of podcasts, videos, films and bloggers talking about just identify your dream. It sounds like it is so easy.
Yeah.
But the point is that it is really difficult because a lot of different factors that influence our life, like social media, news, people who surround you, media itself. And sometimes we're just in a running for something that wouldn't make us happy. So the main idea is to identify things that would make you really happy. And there's a good technique that I really like. For instance, you want, I don't know, let's imagine we have a question or dream to earn a lot of money. And then you ask yourself, why do you need this money? That's the first question.
Yeah. And
then, why do you need a lot of money?
But that's not my dream.
But just imagine.
Yeah. This is the worst question. I don't need a lot of money. That's
okay. For instance, you want to travel.
Yes.
Okay.
Or I want to inspire. I want people to build amazing companies, good, meaningful companies that bring something good to this world.
Okay, that goes to your mission. It is really difficult to talk to Nina because
why
you know the answer. The point is that you can use the technique of 5 why, like always asking yourself why, and then why. Why do you want to travel and why do you want to build a house? And the idea is that on the last question, you will name the real reason. Like, I want to be here with my family and to feel secure and happy. And usually happiness or love or sense of, I don't know, full realization of your potential is the core issue, the core idea of why you want to do something. So we try to identify why do you want to do this.
If I may add, it's incredible because it's exactly the brand building process. Do you know, the first question was people, why do you do what you do? Why did you create this company? And they say, we want to be the best. Or we want to have a lot of money. We want to be, number one. And then you say, well, really, why? Why? And we go through the same thing.
Exactly.
Why?
In branding, there is a famous golden circle that have 3 circles. And the first step is just to ask question why. Then you ask
whom you're doing it. Maybe
like,
it's the Simon
like what?
Sinek.
Like Simon, like what? And then why? Yeah. What's the main idea? What's your mission? What's your vision? Why you do this?
So it's for the same for people.
So absolutely. You can copy this model, this instrument, both for personalities, for brands, for companies, because it's all about the mission, the idea of why we want to create something in our life and what will it give, what kind of feeling it will give to you.
Now I started understanding what's life strategy. It's like you're making your life more meaningful, maybe to yourself, number one.
Exactly. And it's about bringing the sense, the real real sense and to be authentic, you know,
Yes,
because
yes.
just to be real in what you really love to do and would like to leave as a mark in this world. So, and we're coming closer to the third step. And when you are absolutely determined and self-identified and you know what you do and why you do this, then you begin again to do something, and you run, and the world tells you, come on, faster, do this, do that. And then what happens? You're just out of your resources, your work-life balance just
does not exist in your vocabulary.
Exactly. So you need in this phase, you need to identify what gives you energy and how to stay focused. You need to identify what is your personal motivation and how to re-energize yourself. So the point is that there are things that will differ from Nina to Anya, and you need to identify your own triggers or things that will help you to stay motivated and to feel a lot of energy. And we're trying to identify how to do this.
So I'm on that stage now. I'm running like crazy. I'm out of breath, complete burnout, on the edge of burnout. So that stage for me is, it's a must. Yeah. And what's the fourth one now?
And the fourth one is the easiest. And sometimes people jump to the fourth part. It's just to make a plan. And to build a real strategy with two kind of steps, because you know we have end goals and mean goals, and some people do not understand that. End goal is that something that you want to create, or the idea of doing all this, like in terms of 5 or 10 years. And mean goals is just a mean that helps you to get to that particular end goal. And sometimes people think that their mean goals is the real goal, but that's not true. So on the one side, we're trying to identify the mean and end goals, and on the other side, we're trying to make the discounting backward, to discount your goal to the present time. Like, you know that you want to be, I don't know, a famous journalist in 5 years. What should you do in 4 years? I don't know, to write a book. Okay, what do you need to do in 3 years' time? I don't know.
Take some courses.
Right. And then what shall you do now? What is your first step towards your end goal?
I love it. You made me think. You made me think. I'm so happy we have this podcast. It always makes me think.
That's great.
So
we inspire each other.
It's incredible. So just to summarize, it's about the past, what you've done, where you were before. It's then finding who you are today and what people perceive you, the way they perceive you, right? And why you do what you do.
Exactly.
And then how you can be stronger and re-energized and go forward, and then have a plan to achieve your goals. Well, it's incredible. We learn a lot about businesses, right? How to do it, how to put strategy together for business. But we don't do anything. I mean, not all of us, but majority, I would say, we don't really have strategy in our life.
That's the main problem, because we all do our checkups of our body. We all read instructions about how to use a camera or how to use a microphone. We all read books, but we do nothing devoted to ourselves, just to make a proper analysis, to proper research about yourself. It is extremely important. And once you did it, you feel more confident, more focused, more, I would even say, you feel much more happier, because you are on your place and you do not do things that wouldn't bring you to your end goal. Because another problem is that we think that, you remember we talked about the problem or a fear about
missing out.
Yeah.
Oh. My favorite one.
Yes.
It's always somewhere behind me.
If you ask yourself just a simple question, but every day, whether this particular action, this particular thing, bring you to your end goal or not, and if the answer is yes, you do it with pleasure. That's it.
And I want to use this opportunity to also, since I have you here, because for me, I mean, I'm a mother of 2, and you're a mother of 3 businesses and 3 kids. Is there really balance? Honestly, truly, is there balance for mother of 3? and a great career like you have, and an inspirational model for a lot of women. Is there true balance in life? And how do you do that with 3 kids? Beautiful, amazing kids.
Thank you, Nina. I think it is another stereotype that modern women can do all of these aspects: health, sport, career, family, everything at once. It never happens so, and it's a stereotype. And if you hear someone saying "Yes, I can," do not believe this woman. For me, what I do, I usually focus on 3 aspects of my life. For instance, I choose career, sport, and family values. And I focus on these 3 for approximate, I would say, like 3 or 4 or 5 months. And then I do a refresh just to analyze whether I should choose something else. And then I can add something else like a hobby or traveling or something else. So you always need to choose and to make this sort of refresh of these aspects.
Of your that's very interesting. I'm starting thinking, what am my focus now?
What is your focus?
My focus is everything. Well, everything. The best mother, great wife, my podcast, my guests, my businesses. It's everything. And it's a reality. You can't be everything.
You need to choose. Prioritize.
Or prioritize.
Another problem that I see that a lot of women facing is that they just leave, and if there is an opportunity, we take it. But if you stay focused and you have your priorities, then you can choose what is more important, what you can postpone, what you can do later, and what you do immediately and right now, and what is really important.
Thank you for incredible advice. Now, I always ask my guests these 3 questions, and I use them for my self-development a lot. And so there are 3 questions. In your case, I'll a little bit rephrase them towards women entrepreneurs. So first one, what do women entrepreneurs need to do regularly to be successful? The second one, what they shouldn't be afraid of to be successful. And the third thing, to stay away from. So what to do regularly to be a very successful woman entrepreneur?
The first thing is identify your motivation, your daily motivation, because we all have a lot of routine, a lot of things to do. And if you find something that really makes you feel alive, makes you do something for a purpose, and the answer is that particular circle of why you do something is a key point. Because if you feel inspired that you feel like you can change the world, that's my motivation, and that the world is helping, I'm so happy to do that. So try to identify what gives you energy and what gives you motivation. The second thing is that you should study a lot, because a lot of information and a lot of things are just near us, and we need to choose properly what we want to learn, and just study and read books. It is really important to find time every day to read a book, to get to know something new, to learn some new things. And the third thing for women entrepreneurs, to have their strategic thinking, because when you prioritize, again, when you know what to do, when you know what is your personal strength, and you know what you're best at, that's good, because you feel alive, like you're on the right place in this life. And I think women shouldn't be afraid of fear of missing out, as we discussed. Failure, as we discussed it, it's just an experience.
And to stay away from.
I think that we all need to learn how to delegate, because it is really important to find time for yourself and to do some things that will make you feel like you're taking care of yourself, first of all. And that's why you have to bring together a good professional team. And I would always recommend young entrepreneurs to find either a good partner or to build a cool team that will help you to grow faster and to do amazing things together, because it's really difficult to change. It is difficult to change the world alone. And also to try to focus on personal feedbacks, because I think it is important to come to other people and ask for a proper feedback. Like, what would you recommend me? I don't know, what would you do in my position? And people are happy to give a piece of advice, but we it's about us.
Yeah.
It is we who are afraid to go and to ask for that particular piece of advice. So just find the mentor or a person who can help you identify your path and to build that strategy if you can't do that alone.
And I think on this note, I want to thank you very much for your time. I can't agree with everything what you said. And I hope to see your program translated in all the main languages of this world, and not the main languages. Let's be diverse, all the languages that possible, because I think we all need it. We all need it. And especially in the time when the world is so fast changing and we want to be great mothers, wives, businesswomen and everything, we need that. So from my side, I'm the next student of your program.
Nina, thank you so much. Remember, as Nelson Mandela puts it, education is the most powerful weapon in modern world. So let it be.
Let it be.